Oh.
It was cute. Little hold music. Little hold music for your life. Some music.
Yes, a little music.
For your life.
To start, just to kind of ease you in after the beautiful dulcet Gucci notes of the intro.
Of Carly Rae
Jepsen.
Friends, haters, cultivators. Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses.
Sorry.
You're okay. The only lesbian-hosted podcast about Ghost Dow. I'm Roy, and I ruin my life.
And I'm felon, and it's time for Widow Meow Meow Gate. Widow Meow Meow Gate.
Widow Meow Meow Gate.
That's kind of what the chief arc in this book is.
Sadly, this episode.
But how can he be guilty of murder when he's my Widow Meow Meow?
How can he do something so evil as brain poisoning our beloved Daga when he's literally small?
He's literally small.
He's small. He's just a funny guy.
I don't know what you want me to say.
My amogus son Ayao. He could never.
Sorry about it.
This episode is so beautiful, and it's so atmospheric, and it's so heartbreaking.
God.
And it fucking sucks so bad. It sucks so much. There's really, so much pain.
Okay, I'm sure it was like beautiful, delicious food for some people, but for me,
it just sucks because of my empathy node.
Yeah, not huge.
They're definitely pushing a very certain kind of propaganda.
Not huge on it.
Not huge on it, but we'll get to it when we get to it. So it's episode 31. It's season 3, episode 8. It's called Faded.
More like Faded,
nice.
Am I right? Dude. Okay.
Nice.
Funny.
Hey, that's appropriate, though, because this is a funny episode about a funny man.
Yes.
Who is funny faded, as we like to joke of it. The secret joke of him.
Caroline, sect leader Caroline, was set to be on this episode, but they had something come up, so
yep.
They're here in
spirit.
They said they were gonna be here as like a Elrond, hologram.
Transparent Elrond.
So that's the vibe that we're going in with today, with the spirit of Caroline gently embracing us.
The sentiment and use of Caroline.
The sentiment and use of Bong Shi-chen. So I'm really excited about that.
We're very excited. This episode starts with a recap of Jin Liang stabbing Wei Wuxian and Wang Yi saying, "I coming to save you."
And Jin Liang, he steps back and he looks so shocked after he stabs Wei Wuxian. Like, I know it's because he's still processing Wei Wuxian's identity or whatever, but it feels like a people die when they're killed kind of situation. Like,
I didn't mean to kill him. I just wanted to stab him.
What else do you expect to happen when you shove a sword into somebody's guts?
He's too little for this,
Sir,
He's too little for this.
14 entire Christian years old.
No, he's not. He's 6.
He's just a little boy. Oh my god, it was such an incredulous type reaction. Though.
It was.
Like, why, bro?
Bro?
He's trained in the sword, the way of the sword. Like, he's one of those
stabbed
kids.
a guy and he died, bro.
Like, he's one of those kids who, I swear to God, must come up to the other kids and he's like, "While you were chasing girls, I was studying the way of the sword." And so, as a student of the blade, under the tutelage of the blade,
I accidentally committed murder, bro.
He should know what happens when you stab a sword into someone's colon. He's gonna be dyed.
His
guts is gonna come out.
Guys, I just killed my uncle, guys.
Every
time the text says to me, Jin Rulan is 14 years old, all I can say is, no, he's not. No, he's not.
He's really not.
He's this big. He's a little baby child boy.
5.
He is a little baby child boy. He is so small.
He's just a little guy.
He's literally small.
Literally small.
Literally. So Wongi comes up and he saves Wei Ying because that's his job as Wongi.
He scoops him and they get out of there.
Yeah, it starts to rain because angst is happening.
And we get... Ooh! Boys,
folks, we get a flashback to the famous Get Lost scene.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
So if you only know this media franchise from this podcast, the Get Lost scene, the Get Lost moment is, it happened when Wei Wuxian was dying the first time, and he was still Mr. Yiling Laozu bad boy, and he just basically exploded himself, but Wongi picked him up and took him off to a little cave and was trying to fix him. He was putting band-aids on his boo-boos.
He tried his best to pump as much spiritual energy into him as he could, but
Wei Wuxian was, let's say, a bit out of it.
He was a bit out of it. He literally, oh god, and the Donghua put Wei Wuxian, like, basically on Lan Wangji's lap.
Yeah.
Like, and he was just out of it, so he kept looking over at Lan Wangji as he was trying to save his fucking life and just going, get out.
Go away.
Go away.
Go away.
Get out of here.
Go away.
Get out of here.
Get out.
You'll be a wolf. I don't know you.
I don't want to see you.
You better get out of here.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
He, and so, in the novel, this is where Wongi is making his confession, but Wei Wuxian isn't processing it because he's dying.
Yes.
So all he's saying is get lost.
Yes.
And, he ends up not remembering this at all.
Yep.
And this is...
That's like the most tragic part of this entire book to me.
Yeah. And, do we see the... No, I think it just goes from them in the flashback to them in... Yeah, it just goes to them in real time. In present. And Wei Wuxian...
because there's a really nice contrast. So Wei Wuxian is doing this, and the flashback ends with him literally shouting for Lan Wangji to leave him the fuck alone, basically. Yeah. And then he wakes up and he's immediately like, ooh, and Lan Wangji is just very gently taking care of him, and he's letting Lan Wangji take care of him.
He reaches out and he grabs Wongi's arm.
It's like, nice.
It's good. And
the contrast of it. Everybody say thank you, Donghua.
Thank you, Donghua.
Thank you, Donghua.
Thank you, Wongi. Wongi is the only man. The music is so gentle. He's so gentle with his Wei Ying. I fucking sob. He's so good.
He's the only man.
He's the only man. I love him so much.
Why is he the only man?
Why is he so good? I made earlier today. I made a guy compass.
Yes.
If you don't follow me, if you haven't seen it, the two axes are funny versus serious and little versus big. Wongi somehow is simultaneously a funny little guy and a big serious guy. He's both.
The duality of man.
Truly. So, he gets up and he's like, I got your sword here, and he demonstrates that he can't pull it out of the sheath.
He can't do it, and Wei Wuxian is like, well, I'm fucked.
He goes,
ooh yikes, Rooney.
That's a yikes for me.
That's a yikes for me, Chief.
Oops-a-reno.
Woo.
And then he's like, oh no, what if your brother finds me? And then his brother finds him. Immediately, Shichen walks in, but he's fine with it. He knows this is happening.
It's just, he's accepted it. Like,
yeah.
If you're smart, if you have a functioning brain, and you look at this man named of Mo Shan Yu, he's honey. It's not Mo Shan Yu.
No.
It's you know who this man is.
Yeah.
Lan Shichen, he's dumb, but he's not stupid, you know?
He's basically, he comes in to give some updates. He gives a Daga Corpse update. They have turned Daga San's head over to Huaisang.
Yeah.
And he gives them his whole thing from the novel of like, alright, well, Wongi, here's the thing. You believe Wei Wuxian. Unfortunately, I believe Jiggy.
You have your facts, okay, but I have my alternative facts. And
you have facts, but I have logic.
He's my little meow meow. He's just a little guy, so I really don't know.
Look at him, he's such a funny little guy. He's a Mogus.
Lan Wangji is literally like, the head was found.
Literally, he saw the head.
In the fart alibi palace.
So,
hello!
And when Chichin comes in, he does, like, the slowest nod I've ever seen animated. He's vibing so fucking hard, even when he's stressed out. But,
it's because he had to rip a fat one before he started.
Oh, yeah.
Before he even walked into the door, he was like, okay. And that was when he was prepared to come in.
Yeah. He hit it, he spent 10 minutes coughing, and then he came in.
Yeah.
He's feeling alright now. So, Wei Wuxian is like, look, Wongi, it's okay. I was the only one, admittedly, who saw Daga's head. But here's the thing.
We both heard that fucked up song.
We both heard the bad vibes music. And Shichan's like, no, it was good vibes music. I taught him it. You're ignorant.
And they're like, are you sure though? Let's just have a little playback, okay? Let's run it back.
Yeah, run it back. They hit rewind. Wongi sits down at his guqin and he plays the good vibes music first, and Shichan's like, yep, that's it. But then he changes gears entirely. The bass drops and he goes into the bad vibes music, which I fucking love. Okay, this is so cool. So the bad vibes music is supposed to come from Dongying, which is the ancient Chinese Vampire Times term for Japan. And when he plays this music, which is supposed to be from Japan, it sounds like distinctly Japanese. Like, you can hear the difference between...
It does.
It does. It does. It's such a good detail. It's so fucking cool. And it kind of slaps, too.
It does slap!
It kind of slaps.
Like, it would not come off to anyone as any kind of soothing, nice song.
Oh, right, yeah,
but
definitely.
It smacks! It smacks!
It's like rhythmic metal sometimes, you know, where it's like,
bit.
Yeah, it's evil, but it fucking goes, right?
Yeah.
It goes.
100%.
It do be going. That's why Daga couldn't tell Jiggy to stop, because he's like, it kind of goes, though.
Damn, like, it's exactly his genre.
It is! This is what he'd be listening to.
Like, genuinely. So Shichan is like, so he takes them to the secret library.
Which is baller. This library fucking rules.
Fuck! It's got these, like, really tall, like, glossy kind of curving shelves.
Yeah, it's got these really intricate staircases and handrails and shit. It whips ass! Why does the library fuck so hard?
It's
what
awesome.
For?
It's the Forbidden Library.
The Forbidden Library, yeah.
Forbidden. And it does kind of look like spikes. Like someone has cast toxic bookshelf spikes all over the room.
Toxic bookshelf spikes. Yeah.
I want bookshelf spikes. Bookshelf spice?
Bookshelf spice.
Bookshelf spikes in my home.
Bookshelf spice is what I say when I pull out Dune from the...
Hey! Got him!
From the shelf. So, they're like, alright, this is where we keep all of the evil music, and, all of the music that nobody's allowed to play because this is the creepypasta music. This is the music that kills you when you hear it. So, they're like, alright, well, let's look around and see if we can find clues. Let's do Scooby-Doo shit. So, there's a little montage of them doing research.
Yeah, they research a little bit, and then Lan Wangji finds this book, The Collection of Turmoil, and there's a page missing out of it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Interesting.
He calls Wei Wuxian over, or Wei Wuxian just goes over, and he has his flute out, and he plays it, and his flute turns into like a distinctly electronic flute for this line only.
It's hot as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like very obviously played on a keyboard. It's funny.
It's a banger. I love it.
It is kind of a banger though. So,
he's just that talented.
It's
so, like when people accuse certain singers of like auto-tune or like fixing their voice in post, and they're like, no, I'm just that good.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. Because, Roy, keyboards don't exist in ancient vampire times China, so I doubt that they would use that in this series. That just doesn't seem realistic to me. It's a little anachronistic, you know.
A little bit anachronistic.
So...
It's like an opposite T-Pain situation, how, like, people always get on T-Pain's ass for using autotune all the time, but, like, that's literally an effect he uses for purposes that he wants to create, and he actually can sing very well.
T-Pain is the man, dude.
T-Pain good. So,
T-Pain good.
So, they're like, alright, well, the page is missing, and Shichen's like, but Jiggy is my whittle genius. He's
my whittle genius. He has such a good memory.
This man running on genium.
And Wei Wuxian's like, no, but he would take out the page to cover his tracks.
Yeah.
Hello? Like,
Hello?
His arguments are all so weak, and then
he's
like
trying so hard.
Literally, Lan Shichen he almost immediately comes back when he's like, but I never told him about the Forbidden Library. Okay, weren't 15-year-old transfer students gossiping about your fucking Forbidden Library in the Cloud Recesses days? Were they not talking about the Forbidden Library? Like, it's not really a tightly kept secret.
Like,
so,
I mean, I can see people, like, knowing that it exists, but not where, you know?
I guess, but also...
That's me playing devil's advocate.
Lan Shichen knows how smart Jiggy is.
Oh yeah, he just copped to it.
Hello? So why would you not immediately go from point A to the most predictable point B?
Literally.
And suss out that Jiggy sussed out where the forbidden... he the vents.
He vented into the
Forbidden Library.
I was about to say Shichen copped to Jiggy being smart a turn ago. Like, this is a turn-based role-playing game and not just a conversation that people are having.
It do be like that sometimes, though. Like, it just kills me how thin the arguments are.
He's trying so hard. He wants anything but to believe this.
He's being presented with facts that are essentially indisputable. And he's like, but my little meow meow. But my meow meow. Meow. And
but he's twerking Yellow Amogus.
But he's twerking Yellow Amogus. He's my little Anu.
He's my little Anu. My little Anu. And Wei Wuxian is just like, dude, come on. He says,
bro.
He says something like, do you really think Jiggy wouldn't have figured it out with like the clearance that he has? Which,
come on.
Do you really think is exactly how you should respond to somebody doubting accusations leveled against Jiggy? But I'll get back to that later.
Pretty much. And then some rando has to ruin it.
Yeah,
faceless, of course, just a voice.
Yeah, his ADR line comes in and says, Wongi, your uncle wants you, so, Wei Wuxian and Shichen are gonna have some serious time, and Wei Wuxian calls it the Jing room.
Yeah.
He calls the Jingshi the Jing room. They make some choices.
The translation is interesting.
They have
sure.
They have some fun with it.
Just having some fun with it.
Just having fun, you know. So, like, then what? So they go outside, and it's nighttime now. Suddenly.
There's Benui. And there's a bunch of Gentian.
There's a bunch of Flowey. Wei Wuxian clicks like on all of it. And Shichen says, yep, they're only here, and also my mom's residence had these flowers more like my mom's jail. Please let me talk about this.
It's shovel talk time, baby. This is as close as Lan Shichen gets to a shovel talk.
The scene starts out in the 80s chill vibes music is playing.
Yeah.
The shit that you have to slow down to make vaporwave.
It strikes me almost as, like, the soundtrack to some, like, yaoi OVAs. You know, with, like, the soft synth.
It is. It's mall music.
Yeah, it is. But all I could think of was like the early to mid 2000s.
God.
Like really terrible yaoi OVAs with that like little tinkly keyboard. Boo, boo, doo, boo, boo.
Yeah, there's Benuis. I point and say Benui.
I point and I say Benui.
I say Benui.
So he starts to elaborate on the whole deal with their mom and their dad.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Mommy?
Mommy.
Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? We get a glimpse of like half of Wongi's mom's face, but like
Mommy.
She's very beautiful.
She's gorgeous. I found something. So I feel like we've been over their whole shit before.
Yeah.
To sum it up again, Mama Lon had some manner of grievance with Dad Lon's teacher, and she killed him.
She hit it girl boss style.
She hit it girl boss style. And Ching Hung Jun, their dad, couldn't, like, he was in love with her.
He was irrevocably turned on by her torturous ways.
He said, "Mommy, please step on me."
He said, "Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry."
Calling this episode, "Mommy, sorry."
You've seen that, right? Fuck. It's just this video. It's like this dude trying to call this woman anything other than mommy.
Oh my god.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
Jesus.
Just the stupidest shit. It's my favorite thing.
God.
It works equally as well for daddy.
Yeah.
So that's that for you.
That's that. So whatever. So she killed his teacher, but he was already in love with her, and so
it didn't matter to this man.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to, he didn't want her to get the death penalty.
Yeah.
But he also couldn't let himself off the hook for not, getting justice for his teacher. So he married her, and then he put her in jail, and then he put himself in jail.
Just to be fair.
It's
equality.
So I found something interesting, like, just in the last couple of days.
Yeah?
So, there's been many takes about the entire Lawn Parents situation. And lots of takes and opinions. And one thing that I hadn't seen before, and this is the thing that I found, is that, like, it was like somebody talking about how, from the cultural perspective of the, vampire times that they're living in, and given that, like, it's still very much only men can inherit the leadership positions.
Oh, yeah.
There's, like, Lan Wangji is, like, the only younger brother in the entire cast of characters of this who kind of has no reason to exist. Like, Hwaesung exists because, like, it makes sense for the Nias to have, like, several kids because they're all gonna die early, famously. Everybody knows this. Also, he had a different mom. Jin Zixuan does not have a legitimate younger sibling because they had a boy and they were like, alright, cool, that's all we need.
Sure.
And since they're cultivators, like, they aren't gonna have any kids, they aren't gonna have any babies, like, die super early unless it's murder.
Yeah, hello!
So, and then, like, the other younger brothers that are around have older sisters.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, Wongi exists, he already has an older brother. There's not really a reason for him to exist, like, culturally,
Yeah.
So the only reason that he would exist is if their parents genuinely did love each other and wanted to, be together and have time together.
Right.
And, like, I feel like that's proven by, like, how much we see her doting on Wongi, and she loves him so much.
She loves the fuck out of him.
She's just poking his chubby little cheeks. We get the flashback to him when he was baby Wongi backpack.
Little baby Wongi
Christmas
backpack.
2021. He's sitting in her lap and he's making little baby tsundere face. She loves him so much, and this whole part with baby Wongi is the saddest shit I've ever seen in my life.
No, he's just a little boy.
I would die for him.
Literally, I would lay down my life immediately without question.
I would literally die for him. I cannot watch this part without crying. I can't. I tear up every time. I watched this episode twice today, and I cried both times. I was sitting there tearing up, fighting it back while we were watching it for jokes.
So they get the news eventually that
they're allowed to see her once a month.
Their mom.
Their mom, and Wongi looks forward to it every month. He just wants to see his mommy.
He's so excited to see his mommy. And then one day they get the news that they're not going to be allowed to see her anymore.
Yeah, they said don't bother with it.
They said don't bother with it. And Wongi was like, no thank you. So he went there every single day.
He would go there all the time and just sit there all day.
Waited dawn to dusk, they said. And just kneel in the gentian and wait for mommy. And
waiting for him, mommy, baby boy. He's so little.
He was so small.
He was literally 6 years old. He was a little baby guy.
Entire years old.
He just wanted to see his mommy. And Shichen is explaining this whole thing, like, you know...
He's always been the most stubborn.
He's always been stubborn, and he's the kind of person that, like, the closer you get to him, the more he kind of shies away from you. Because he's just a little baby guy.
He's just a little boy.
And,
you know, he met you early on, and he decided that you were a good person.
And he's never backed off from that since.
Exactly.
He's always been on your side.
Absolutely. And I would say Wongi, arguably the most stubborn character in the show. 100%.
Arguably?
Absolutely. Yeah, above Zhangcheng. Far above Zhangcheng. He is so stubborn. It's fucking hilarious.
It's unbelievable. And so Shichen is saying all of this, but what he's actually doing is, like, poking Wei Wuxian, going, please hear what I'm actually telling you.
Hello?
Please read between the lines.
Literally, it's as close to a shovel talk as he's ever going to be able to give.
He's passing him a note that's like an acrostic poem, and when you look down, it spells, please understand my brother loves you. Wongi horny,
Please! Wongi horny!
So, Caroline, friend of the us, who was supposed to be on this episode, sent us some notes about gentian flowers.
Yes.
And, so, here's what they say. There are about 400 species of them, but they share characteristics that make me go, and perhaps they will remind you of a special little boy.
A special little boy?
They're hardy perennials. According to online, I don't remember the source, an unusual aspect of gentian flowers is that the buds on some types do not open until the right pollinator forces them to expose their inner pistils and stamens.
Oh my god!
And then the quote, Wongi has always been a stubborn child. I'm reading this in real time. I haven't seen any of this beforehand. Wei Wuxian is the most annoying pollinator in the world. They're also rabbit resistant and help with indigestion.
Okay.
Banui-proof flowers. And then the last thing they say, which is gonna fucking kill me. IBS is all over the Lon Clan Pundit Square's IMO. Look at Lon Chiron and tell me that man doesn't have a Pepto-Bismol stash. This man got Pepto-Bismol hidden under his floorboards like Wongi and his wine.
No, it's Gento-Bismol. Gento-Bismol, and it's a bright-ass blue. Just fluorescent blue instead of pink.
Holy shit.
That's what it is for IBS havers in Chinese vampire times.
They do
Gento-Bismol.
God. You know they got tummy problems.
I do be requiring that Gento-Bismol.
Gento-Bismol! Hook me the fuck up. You know I got tummy problems. I'm 33. I can't not have tummy problems.
Like,
God.
really? Oh
Honestly.
My god. It kind of comes with the age, unfortunately.
Tremendous. So he gives the whole Wongi shovel talk, and then Wei Ying is like, oh, well, you also met Jiggy when you were kind of young, right? And so we get the origin story of why he simps for Jiggy.
Which is just Sure.
Fine. The Donghua has decided that in order to push the Xiao propaganda further, Jiggy took a beating from the winds for Lan Xichen.
Like, he risked his life. So we get a little baby montage. However, the one thing I am excited about in this little mini scene thing is that they found a way to shoehorn in Xichen being too strong to wash his own clothes. He tries with the washboard and he just tears a hole in his fucking clothes. He's simply dumb.
He's simply foolish.
Dumb.
He's like, so what's happening in the flashback is like he's being pursued by some Wen guys. This is right after they burnt down the cloud recesses, so he's trying to hide their library stuff.
Yeah.
Does he say some shit about like Io didn't know who I was?
I think so.
I think he does.
Yeah.
And this is precisely where I said, do you really think?
I'm like, look at you, bitch, you're in full-on regalia. Hello?
We have talked about this shit, but like, okay, brother, hear me the fuck out.
Like, Jesus, he's suspending his disbelief so high.
How? Okay.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Let me lay the facts out to you, okay?
Yes.
Let me give you reason to doubt Jiggy once again.
Right.
Because if he's got his mouth open, he's probably lying.
Yeah.
So Xichen or Jiggy, let's start with Jiggy at this point. Jiggy at this point in time would have already gone into the cultivation world and gotten kicked down the steps and said Gagu. So, knowing him, you know, he would have had to do some work in order to get to the point where he's able to get up to the steps of the Koi Tower, because, like, even, like, rich randos who come to the Koi Tower seeking assistance from the Jin sect are, like, pushed aside pretty often. Like, they say that in the novel. So he had to have, like, done some shit in order to get there. He's got to know some shit. That's what he does. That's what he's good at, is knowing things. You know, I drink and know things.
There you go.
So, and one of the other things that would have been, like, you know, big around that time is that, like, they have this ongoing list of, like, the cultivation world's hottest bachelors.
Exactly! And everybody knows it.
Everybody knows
like, by heart, for some reason.
And Lan Xichen is number one on it. This is literally, factually, by overwhelming public opinion, the handsomest man in the world.
The handsomest, the most popular, the goodest cultivator.
Everybody knows and loves him. He is so famous.
There's no way you don't know his name and what he looks like.
Exactly. And let me find what Colin said, because I want to quote them. Here we go. They said we were all talking about this in the Discord a few days ago, and I was kind of saying all of this. I was like, are you really sure? Do you really think he didn't know? And friend of the us, Bodark, says, especially with his fucking lawn ribbon and robes and ancient scrolls. And then Colin says, it's like, even if I don't know who the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers is, I'm pretty sure I could make an educated guess if he burst through the bushes in full uniform holding a football.
Like hell, really?
Genuinely! Every day I get emails.
It's astounding to me. Every day I get emails.
Every day I get emails, and everybody wants to tell me he didn't even know who he was, and he was so kind to him. It's like, are you sure? Do you really think he didn't know? Use your brain. Come on, I am begging you, but anyway, whatever. Funny rich boy can't do laundry, and Io knows that the way to a man's heart is by male wifing.
Yep. So he does what he seems to be best at.
He male wifes so damn hard.
He male wifes so damn hard for this man.
Talents, lying, male wifing. And then, like, some Wen guys show up, and Jiggy, I guess, like, lets himself get captured or whatever, so Xichen can hide. And they say something about Wen Shu in the subtitles, which I don't know if any of these dudes are supposed to be Wen Shu, actually, because all of these guys look like literally any other motherfuckers we see in the background of any shot.
Random ass dudes.
They're just random dudes.
They're just dudes.
Yeah. There's like this one shot of Xichen just like running back and forth. Just like waiting for Jiggy to come back from getting his ass kicked.
Pacing nervously.
And then Jiggy comes back and he's all beat up and he smile. And Shuchen is like, so you can see why I'm simping.
And he does the fucking Arthur fist clench.
He does!
As he asks how you could possibly accuse his special little guy of any serious crimes of that nature.
How could you? How
Do you
could you
see
ever
how
think
he's
this?
just a little boy? Do you see how he's small?
How can you see how...
He's a cinnamon roll.
He's literally a small bean. Ooh.
He's literally nice.
Do you know what he said to me the other day? He said ooh.
He looked right up at me, and he looked into my eyes, and he said, ooh. How am I going to say no to that?
I can't say no to that. And then he says, never mind, I'm running my damn mouth, though. And he just starts tooting on his flute.
He whips the flute out and just starts playing a little number, yeah.
As you do. The cloud recesses are very pretty. We get some shots of Vivin.
Yeah. So we cut to the Jingshi.
Wei Wuxian is monologuing at a Benui.
He's like, dude, the lawns are so fucked up.
Yeah, he's like, the lawns are so fucking weird. They're conservative and old-fashioned, but their men are loyal. And then he looks over, or no, the Benui scrambles out of his clutch, and
he gets the fuck out of there. He's tired of Wei Wuxian's bullshit.
Yeah,
so
he's
Wei Wuxian
talks too damn much.
Wei Wuxian instead decides to trespass a little bit and dig through Wongi's shit.
Yeah, he opens up his copy of a collection of etiquette. And he notices that it's got his handwriting.
He goes, "Oh, what?"
He literally says, "Oh, what?" Like,
"Oh, whoa, what's this?"
So he opens it up and he's like, "Oh, it's my handwriting. Why would Wongi have my handwriting? Obviously, it's because I'm good at it." And then he gets to the page with there's a peony stuck in it,
a little dried flower,
and he literally says Tim Allen voice.
Yeah, real Modao heads will recognize the peony was the very same peony that was thrown at Wongi by a Wei Wuxian with his cool ghost ladies.
Yep.
That's fun.
Don't
know why he would save that.
I don't know why he would save that. All I know is that Wei Wuxian is slamming his denial button so damn hard.
Literally, he's like, and then the peony is a placeholder, a bookmark for the page with the rule that says your headband is only to be touched or taken off by your fated person. And that passage, for some reason, crazy how it's circled in red with a little note next to it.
Yup. Deep headband lore.
And
Wei Wuxian says, uh-oh, I accidentally get married. Oh no.
Yeah, he flashes back to the time that he literally just ripped off Lan Wangji's headband, and Wongi snapped his bow in half. That was great.
He visualizes the headband fail compilation, and
he's like, oh no.
Yeah, he remembers Jingy getting the chicky stuffed in his mouth right after. He's like, don't you know what the headband's for? And then he flashes back also to Wongi the other day at the Koi Tower being like, how many times did your ass copy the rules and etiquette? And Wei Wuxian is like, no amount of copying is going to fix this stinky little fool's brain.
Like, really?
He's rude and foolish. He's never going to understand.
Rude and foolish.
And stinky. We know this.
That's crazy, dude. And Wongi comes in at the very end of this.
Yeah, where Wei Wuxian is like throwing his hands in the air and he's like, oh no, what have I done? Uh-oh, I'm gay. And Wangi's like, what did you do? And then Wei Wuxian does the logical thing that you do in a situation like this where he flashes him his tits.
He's like, hey, check it out.
Yeah, he has abs now suddenly, first off.
Listen, he's ripped from all the, bimbo laughing he does when he talks at Wongi.
So he shows him his tits and chest, and he's got these, carved abs as he's saying, my new body is cringe, I can't even stuff my intestines back in it anymore, what a fail body. Dude, you have, you're this close to having an 8-pack. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, see, the problem is that the intestine retention is just not quite where it needs to be. It's okay on the outside, but on the inside, you really have to think about the tactics of disembowelment and how you can successfully escape from a situation such as that. And that way is to suck it up, literally.
Yeah, you just go... And then it goes back up.
And Moshan,
you suck it up with your belly button.
Exactly. His body's just not there yet.
Yeah.
So it is something that needs to be worked on. Even if he has an 8-pack on the outside, doesn't mean he's totally healthy on the inside. And I guess healthy in this situation means being able to just stuff your intestines back into your body and go along on your merry way.
Yeah, turning your belly button into a second mouth and slurping your intestines back into it like spaghetti.
There you go.
Yeah, the real tragedy of the Kyle XY finale, as bad as it was, is that he never was able to do this.
He was never able to slurp his intestines back in like forbidden spaghetti.
If he'd been able to do this.
The forbidden fettuccine.
The forbidden fettuccine. So, they sit down and Wangi's like, or Wei Wuxian is like, so what did your uncle want? And he's just like, well, he was in seclusion for some reason. I don't know why.
He's just chilling, repenting a little bit for being so rude, maybe? I don't know, that'd be nice.
I guess. I mean, Lan Xiren, he went into seclusion because they needed him to not be involved in the plot for a while.
He went into seclusion because he had had enough.
He went into seclusion because he was having a bad bout of IBS.
Yeah, his gout was flaring up.
Gout. He had to go restore his stock of Pepto-Bismol. Gento-Bismol.
Gento-Bismol.
But yeah, Wangji's like, so he just came out of seclusion, so he doesn't know that you're you yet. And Wei Wuxian's like, good.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, and then Wangji's like, go ahead, have a bit of drinky. Don't go off the chain. Keep it easy.
Yeah, don't get nutty with it.
Don't get nutty with it, but you can have a bit of drinky.
A bit of a drinky drink.
And Wei Wuxian, he has a bit of a drinky. It's mixed with water though, so it's gross. And
it was the one jar that he basically replaced with water when he found the stash the first time.
Yeah.
He was like, Wangi will never know. The one person who would know is the only person that would also drink it. So you brought this upon yourself, baby.
That's how it is. Hey, speaking of drinks.
Drinks?
Time for Drink of the Week. Drink of the Week. Drink of the Week. Drink of the Week. Drink of the Week.
It is a sour beer by a local brewery called Ouzelfinch. Ouzelfinch.
Okay.
I'm dead ass.
I am dead ass.
It's called Candy Crushy. And it's a sour ale with watermelon puree, key lime puree, pineapple puree, vanilla, lactose, and watermelon Sour Patch Kids. And it's wonderful.
Speaking of Kyle XY.
Yeah.
The tangy boys. Grapefruit, the little tangy boys.
Yeah, little tangy boys.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, I guess it's a funny bird.
Look at him. Yeah, he's a little Pez dispenser. They have a little funny bird mascot that they do interpretations of on all their labels. He's very cute.
I saw him on the other side and I was like, why is Phineas and or Ferb on there? I don't know which one's which.
He's a little bit Phineas, a little bit rock and roll.
He's a little bit Phineas and Ferb with it.
And it's really, really good, so I'm very pleased with it.
I love it.
They're a little bit expensive, but all of their sours are really tasty. Most of the time. They have one line called Don't Be Weird that is literally like, their last flavor of it was like a fruit cake. And that's just insulting, quite honestly.
That sounds awful, I gotta say. No offense to you.
Terrible.
Whatever.
Ouzelfinch.
That sounds bad.
This one's really good, though.
With all due respect, yuckaroo.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's not my vibe.
Not my
whatsoever.
Vibe. It's not my wave.
My vibe.
It's not my wave.
Not my wave, Juju.
So, as Wei Wuxian is drinking, he's thinking about whether he should apologize about the ribbon. And he also has like a low-level brain blast about Wangji's scar on his chest.
Yeah, I just like how he's like, I've toyed with it so many times. Just almost as many times as you've toyed with his emotions, boy. Like flashing back to the Cold Springs.
Womp womp.
He literally flashes back to the Cold Springs and he has a literal brain blast.
Yeah.
He's like, Oh,
Yeah, he goes,
okay.
oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. And then,
oh my god.
and, Wongi smiles, though, and every time Wongi smiles, an angel gets its dick.
Yeah.
And then Wongi beeper go off.
Yeah, his fantasy beeper goes off.
his little jade, house keys start glowing.
That means that an intruder has appeared.
Yeah, intruder alert,
And
robot voice.
The surprise, it's Jiggy.
It's Jiggy!
And he's got old Wiggly with him too.
There's like 3 lawn guys trying to attack him with their swords, and he just goes.
He comes in out the sky looking like he's riding a mechanical bull.
Dude, I bet he could ride a mechanical bull, though.
Oh yeah, it's all in the knees.
Yeah, I'm making a funny horny joke.
Yeah, I was too. It's
yeah,
all
oh
in the
good.
knees.
Yeah, it's all in the knees.
Listen to any Megan Stallion song, she'll tell you. Megan the Stallion.
Megan
what the
the
fuck?
Stallion.
That was the whitest possible mistake to make. Her name is Megan the Stallion.
Megan T. Stallion.
Megan T. Stallion.
Dude, every time Henshin comes in, I'm just gonna, like, add in the little wobbly metal cartoon sound effect.
Yeah.
But Shichen goes out to meet him, and Shichen's like, you didn't even hit me up! And then,
he's like, well...
I know what I'm not wanted.
I know what I'm not wanted. Like, to his credit, he's only a little dramatic about it. He's like,
a little bit.
You changed your lock, so I'll just give you back the copy of my key that you made me.
It's like,
We're
fine.
still together, it's fine.
I'm just gonna stand halfway in the shadows and, like, just look normal and, like, say my lines normal. I don't have, like, an opinion about this at all. Whatever. And he's like, alright, well, people are beginning to declare me sus for not letting anybody search the cloud recesses for the wanted criminals Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian.
What? For what? Wanted for what?
For a crime of being Yiling Laozu.
Defending freedom.
Wanted for crime of aiding and abetting Yiling Laozu.
Sure. Whatever.
So Lan Shichen is like, well, alright, let's do it tomorrow then. And he's like, okay.
And by the way, I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to figure out who did this.
He fucking puts on his hot dog costume again, and he says, we're all trying to find the guy who did this to Daga.
And then he bounces, goes,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa.
He also, like, he puts the keys on, like, or he puts the little jade entry token on a rock, and he's like, alright, when I turn around, they better be gone. I didn't come here for no reason.
God.
So, whatever, he leaves, and then, Shichen has been manipulated once again, because
Yeah.
Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian come out from where they were hiding behind, like, a rock or whatever, and Shichen is like, I want to try the Evil Brain Poison song. Wongi is sad about this.
They're like, that's illegal.
Yeah, you cannot do this. Khaleesi, you must not do this thing. And then he's like, no, I'm not gonna try it on somebody else. I'm gonna try it on me. And Wongi is doing the biggest frown. He's so worried for him, brother. I cry.
He doesn't like it. His eyebrows go all
I
down.
know,
he's so
frowning.
sweet.
He's such a sweet man.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little
He's
guy.
6'3" and he's just a little guy.
He's a 5 feet wide and he's just a little guy. Shichen's like, he calls Jiggy benevolent, and he's like, I gotta know. Look, I gotta get all the facts. I gotta know before I make a judgment call, because it's the same shit that Wongi would do.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't want to believe he's being clowned on.
Yeah. It sucks, because through the whole conversation with Jiggy, like, every time they show Shichen's face, he's so pained. It fucking sucks.
It just sucks to come to terms with the fact that someone you've had in your life for such a long time is actually a terrible fucking person.
Is actually clowning on you.
He's clowning on you in the worst way.
It sucks. And, like, it's literally Kay, friend of the Us, former guest host of the pod, Kay, said in response to our questions post, this pic made me so sad that he got clowned on. Sorry, this isn't a question, but goddamn, Jiggy, how could you when he's literally just nice?
He's literally just nice!
Just nice!
Like, fuck.
He's just nice! Why would you do this?
K Darling, local advocate for funny guys.
Yeah! Funny guy
Local
enjoyer.
funny guy ambassador.
Oh, it fucking sucks. I feel so bad for him.
He was just the last person that you would want to see that getting done to.
It sucks. It fucking sucks.
God. But they get interrupted again.
Because probably a ninja throws a funny shuriken at them.
It's got a little scroll and they unroll it. And it's like, fucking, what?
It says, come to Tanjo in next 48 hours if you want to plot kick.
Plot kicking.
Wei Wuxian has a brain blast about the ninjas, and actually the note says, like, if you want more info about basically everything that's happening, come to Tanjo.
Come to Tanjo.
And Tanjo is on the border between Gusu and Lanling, so they're like, alright, guess we gotta go.
Sure.
Then some lawn rando flies down. He actually does like the full extra. Yeah, he does like the full spiral down on his sword. It looks kind of neat.
You know, you've got to decrease your thrust. As you come down. It's understandable. He's doing it safely.
Yeah. And he's like, Zhangzhu, the shit's popping off.
These fucking corpses are coming in waves. Looks like an episode of Metalocalypse in here.
He's like, everything's happening on the way to the burial mound. Some shit's happening. So.
We get there, we get a little taste of the juniors kicking a little ass.
It rules. It rocks. The little boys are doing it.
So Shui and Jingyi are doing a big array. They do it all by themselves. And they only bicker a little bit while they do it. And
They're doing boys teamwork.
They're doing boys teamwork. Jingyi keeps his mouth shut through almost all of it.
He's good.
He's a good boy.
He's good. And it's sick as fuck. The boys' teamwork is sick as fuck. They do a big array, and it's amber the color of their energy.
Amber is the color of their energy this time. It shoots up into the sky. They're doing such a good job.
They take out a bunch of zombies at once.
And Jingyi's like, wow, this Yiling Laozu sure did it to him this time, huh? And Sishui's like, doubt.png.
Yeah.
He's like, sure.
He's like,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, because Jingyi is believing the rumors, because more and more people are saying it's the evil Yiling Laozu who everybody hates that's summoning the zombies, but Sishui's like, now that I know him, I simply can't see him doing this.
I just don't know about that, man.
And then something like catches their attention and some birds fly up in the distance, and then something attacks Sishui, and then some blood gets queefed onto a log.
Oh shit!
And then it's the next day, and Wang Yi and Wei Ying are walking around in the same woods, and they're inspecting all of the dead zombos. There's
a shitload of them.
Many.
There's many of them.
Many. And then from this nearby farm, they hear somebody scream for help. They're on their way to the burial mounds, by the way.
Yes.
And they hear a guy going, oh no, help me. Bad thing. And
it's just some farm man.
Yeah. He says, bad thing. Did I ever tell you about bad thing?
Bad thing! Bad thing?
Oh my god. Okay, so back when I was living in Austin, this friend of my ex, was like telling us about this time that he worked at this pizza place, and he was working there, and like somebody was like about to drop a bunch of like utensils and cutlery and shit at the same time as like a pizza that was in a box was like falling off of a shelf. I guess this person had like bumped into it, and both of these things were happening, and he turns around and like he sees it, but he doesn't have enough time to actually react it to be able to do anything, and all that he can do is just say, bad thing!
Bad thing!
Bad thing!
Oh no! Bad thing!
Bad thing! So this guy says bad thing, and we see him, like, getting attacked by, somebody who's wearing chains and also all black. It's definitely not somebody that we know very well.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. This person's hand comes down towards the farm man, and then Bichen comes in and says, absolutely not.
Yeah, Bichen comes swoosing in with the cooling menthol vibes.
Minty fresh.
Minty fresh, bitch.
And then episode end.
That's episode.
And next time, it's going to be episode 32, which is also season 3, episode 9. It's called Manifest.
I'm manifesting us recording this episode in time.
Yeah. Manifest these nuts. We only have 4 episodes left. Ain't that something?
Wow!
Ain't that some shit? Another thing that we have 4 of is 4 pieces in the Google Translate Essence collection.
4 of them?
4 of them. I had 4 prepared because we were going to have a second person here to read them, but...
That's okay.
It's okay. Anybody in these think pieces smoke weed?
God, I hope so.
These are all some think pieces, or from some think pieces about our boy, Mr. Having a Hard Time. Shout out.
Mr. Straight Up Not Having a Good Time.
Mr. Straight Up Not Having a Good Time. Still exuding excellent vibes.
Mr. The only straight I am is straight up not having a good time, Lon Shi-chen.
Literally. So these are all about him, because we're saluting him in these, we're offering him an egg in these trying times.
Yes.
So this first one, once again, more Baidu shit, because this shit, it doesn't end. There's so much.
Incredible.
It's a gold mine. So this first one is the title of one of these think pieces. It's also some shit I would write.
This is some shit I would do.
This is some shit I would do.
Quote, the untamed, unquote, quote, Lon Shi-chen, unquote, himself is too lively, and it is too, quote, meme, unquote, to reply to fan comments.
It is too meme to reply to fan comments.
Are they trying to call it, like, cringe or something?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's
what do you mean it's too meme?
He's being too involved in his fan community, God forbid.
If I type this, I would know exactly what it means, but since it's somebody else, like... This is what somebody who hates me sees when they read my tweets.
God, this some shit I would do.
This some
truly.
shit I would write.
This some shit I would write.
So
the many quotes and unquotes, absolutely.
Yeah. The untamed Lon Shi-chen himself. Alright, so this next one is from a different think piece.
Okay.
It's from, like, the very end of it. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. I think it's like about this think piece was about, like, I guess how his actor played him in The Untamed.
Appreciation of micro expressions and emotions in The Untamed. There should be spiritual rhinoceros in front and back. What?
I could not, gun to my head, I could not come up with an explanation for this.
Are they telling him to be hard?
Be hornier.
Be hard?
Be hard.
Get hard, bro. Like, what I don't get it.
I mean, very few of these men left, so I guess, like, that's kind of in line with rhinoceros.
I guess?
Have a diet, have an herbivorous diet, he's got that. I mean, he is, now that I think about it, he is kind of rhinoceros with it. He's a little bit rhino with it.
Dudes be having an herbivorous diet and you're calling themselves rhinoceros. What the fuck is up with that?
Men be getting mistaken for unicorns and being hunted for their horns. It sucks. Alright. So, this third one, this one is a comment on yet another think piece about, like, the think piece was about, like, actually, he's not a himbo. So this is a comment on it.
Shi-chan is not stupid, white and sweet, warm and gentle, and with a little black belly, but spicy makes people feel like it. Sometimes you just get a little spicy online.
When you eat spicy food, it makes you imagine that Shi-chan is stupid. It makes you think he's white. It makes you think he has a little black belly.
Just a little one! Isn't that sweet?
Unlike the real him, where he has no belly button because he was grown in a tube.
It's like, it's the fucking, that one picture of that girl posing on the gorilla statue, and it's like the Shi-chan everybody sees, and then the real Shi-chan, and he's like, ooh, holding a peace sign up, you know?
God. Oh, God. Alright. This last one is a different comment on the same think piece as before.
Oh, I love that.
Is
it stupid and sweet? It's impossible. I don't know where to repair Yunshun. I'm fighting against the One family, the Lan family's business, major events and so on. All that little stupid sweetness has been given to Jin Guangyao, okay? shit. Fine, I guess.
All of that little stupid sweetness,
Okay.
that belongs to Jiggy now.
You don't have to be so aggressive about it, Jesus.
I love that this just turns into first person. Like, Lanchichen logged in himself, signed up for a Baidu account, and said, look, I'm doing my best. I have so much going on. Forgive me for giving my little stupid sweetness to Io, alright? Please, I beg of you. Tremendous.
I love it so much.
I love
God.
it. I love him. Do you want to do some questions?
Let's do some questions.
Folks, if you have questions, you can send them to cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask, or you can send them via Twitter @cloudrecesspod. Just one recess. Let's not add any more. Let's not go crazy with it.
Not anymore. Just a couple.
We technically don't have any questions on Twitter, but Kay did technically ask a question.
Okay.
Would Lanchichen 69?
Yes.
Would he though?
I think if he were trying, it's the
If
ultimate.
he fucked.
Yeah, if he fucked, it's nice to please your partner while
It is.
also getting pleased yourself. I think he would 69.
I think he would if he fucked, but I don't think he fucks.
Yeah, I don't think Lanchichen will ever fuck.
I don't think he's gonna fuck.
Damn.
He's too chill to fuck. He doesn't need to fuck.
He's just vibing. I don't think he needs to fuck.
Like, if he fucked, it would happen on accident. It would just come about naturally. It would just happen as a course of events. And then he'd be like, check that out. Alright. That's not bad. Hashtag did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Alright. Decent.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Let's go over to Tumblr.
Yeah, let's hit up Tumblr.
God, I wish Caroline was actually on with us, because this first question is so targeted for them being on here. So, over on Mr. Tumbly.
Oh, right. Oh, an anonymous friend asks, Howdy. What do you guys think of the MDZS characters starting their own bands? Would they be in each other's bands? What kind of music do you think each band would play? On another note, I finally caught up with all the podcast episodes, and while I'm glad to be up to date, I'm also so sad I can no longer listen to like 10 episodes in one day anymore. Ha ha ha. Me too. Thank you guys for making such a chaotic yet wonderful podcast. I wish you all well. Thank you so much. You're very sweet.
You're welcome. Oh my God.
Thank you. So I personally am a huge fan of band AUs. They're like probably one of my favorite AUs to make for like whenever I'm into something.
Band AUs, Band AUs are just kind of part of my genetic makeup.
Band AUs whip ass, dude. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, hello?
One thing you gotta know about Roy is that I spent almost a decade of my life writing a webcomic that was about bands.
Yes!
So, this is the shit that I'm talking about.
It's so good.
Can we start by talking about Prog Trio 3-Zune?
Hell yes, we can.
So I've actually drawn fan art of this. I've linked to it in our Discord,
They're
which you can join if you're
amazing.
over 18. It's the three of them. They're in a little Prog Trio because that's the perfect genre for them to be incredibly talented men who can't stop arguing.
They're just so dramatic all the time.
Yeah.
There's so much room for like really dramatic arguments in prog rock.
Exactly. They're gonna eventually explosively break up.
I think the only band who hasn't done that, the only prog band who hasn't ever done that has been Rush.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. They're just friends.
They're just friends.
They're just friends. But every other prog band, you can believe, trust and believe that they're gonna break up at some point.
Trust and believe. You're lucky if they get to like 40 years down the line and they have a single remaining original member.
Yeah.
But yeah, they explosively break up, and then Daga spends the rest of his career writing Phil Collins divorce jams about Jiggy. What about other bands though? I mean, Weighing is Mr. Symphonic Metal.
Yeah, I think he would
fucking
definitely bounce between metal bands.
Yeah.
I think he would play the keyboards.
Really?
Good. Keyboards are like the guitar.
I could definitely see him being Guitar Man.
Lead the guitar.
he was in a band with Jung Chung for a very long time, and he promised Jung Chung that he would always be in a band with him. He would never do music projects if it didn't involve him.
Oh no!
But then he had to go start a side project with Wen Ning and Wang Qing, and then he betrayed him forever.
So betrayed.
So betrayed.
Oh my god.
And
wow,
now,
that's really good.
Yeah. And now Jung Chung is trying to be a manager for his wannabe idol nephew.
I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it.
He's the secret 8th member of BTS.
He's the secret 8th member of BTS. That's exactly it.
God, I've kind of like on and off thought about
Jung Yeonlee does like dreamy bedroom pop.
Yeah. Jinzi Xuan has like a solo. He's a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah,
he's a SoundCloud rapper. He and Jung Yeonlee could collab, and it would be great. And she would be able to teach him a lot about making music that isn't bad.
But he refuses.
Yeah, I think she could definitely make she maybe has like a couple of projects. She has one where she does vaporwave. I think it's good.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be lovely.
Yeah.
She's just all around a very talented musician, I think. Yeah. I think that would be lovely. But it's all like nice, relatively calming stuff, you know.
It's chill vibes.
I like it.
Daga wants Hwaesung to take up the bass, but Hwaesung just wants to do the art for everybody else's album covers.
Oh, you know, Hwaesung playing bass though.
It is good and cute.
It'd be really good.
That's the thing about bass players, right? Is that bass players are either the hugest fucking dude you've ever seen in your life, or so goddamn tiny.
Just a little guy.
The duality of bass player.
The duality of bass player, dude. It's so good.
It's really good. Everybody I know, I do not know of a single regular-sized bass player. They're all small or large. There's no medium.
I enjoy.
Excellent question. Directly up our alleys.
Very good. And then we had one more.
Yes. This, Jesus fucking Christ.
So this one comes from another anonymous friend. They ask, Happy almost Halloween!
Happy almost Halloween!
I don't know when the episode will be recorded, so I'll cover the bases, or they say, or actual Halloween or late Halloween. I think this will come out a little bit before Halloween.
Yeah.
My question is, which character in this arc is the biggest simp? Either in a good way or a bad one. You know, it's Lan Shichen.
Now,
I think he is the biggest simp.
Yeah, I guess, we're talking about this arc, not the whole...
Yes.
The question is about this arc, not the whole novel. Yeah, in the whole novel, there's no way it isn't Susha.
I would argue that the biggest simp in the whole novel is Lan Wangji.
Es possible.
Although, it was quite to his detriment. Yeah. I was going to say the biggest simp to his own detriment was probably Susha.
Susha, spoiler alert, got completely obliterated from existence.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes him the biggest simp, in my onion, is that he begins to simp because Jiggy remembered his name and offered him a single compliment.
Oh, yeah, that's very fair.
That's fucking puppy dog status.
It's just pathetic. It's just pathetic, baby.
I look at that man, and the first thing I do is I turn into Lord Farquaad, and I point, and I say simp.
I laugh.
It's laughable.
I laugh. I do a little ha-ha.
I do a little ha-ha. What makes you ha-ha?
That's what makes you ha-ha.
Yeah. So those are our questions.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's all?
All right. That's a couple. Some bangers, though. Yeah.
They were great questions.
They're very good. And now we can clean up.
Let's clean up some house.
We have a Patreon. It's located at patreon.com/podrecesses. If you go there and you give us $1 of treats every month.
$1.
Which is 1/10 of a boy's meal.
That's 1/10 of a boy's meal.
You will get the disciple role in our Discord. You get access to all of our bonus content, including brand new episode of #BlessUp, where we listened to, or where we talked about 2 episodes of
Hell yeah.
Heaven Officials Blessing Donghua. You can also get She's a Good iPad. You can also get Untamed commentary tracks for a single $1. If you want to give us half of a boy's treat every month, which I like to call a boy's snack,
Ooh.
for $5 a month, you are a sect leader in our Discord. You get the bonus content access. You get us to say thank you to you on the show. And you get a little mini print of Daga saying some comrade shit.
Absolutely. They're fun. They're
fun.
Cute.
They're fun and good and cute. And last but not least, if you want to give us an entire boys treat every month, $10, you become chief cultivator of the show, just like Caroline, who is here in spirit.
Yes.
You get all of the stuff we just talked about. You get a Pod Recesses Wall of 3,000 Takes poster. It's good. So with that, let's give a big ol' thank-y to our $5 and $10 sect leaders and chief cultivators.
Let's say thank you. We're saying thank you to $5 sect leaders Lena, Audrey F, Olivia, name redacted, Essie, Rust, Tracy Ray B, SK, and 690 Textile King sect leader Sarah. Thank you for supporting us.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets, baby. Love the Mets. And big ol' thank you to our $10 chief cultivators of the show, Scout, Colin, Caroline, Jay, Jenna, Rachel W, Milk, and Kirsten S.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you also to Noisepace.xyz for being our podcast network.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sect Leader Matt GameCube. Thank you for giving our little podcast a home.
It's such a wonderful home.
It's a wonderful
There
home.
are many wonderful podcasts under our roof.
Tremendous podcasts. If you go there, you can check out such wonderful podcasts as Jerging It. You can check out Fear Baiting. It's Schlocktober.
Oh, good shit.
Hell yeah. You can listen to Pot of Greed if you want to hear about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. You can listen to Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks if you want to hear about snacks.
A snacks?
You can listen to LMNOP, which is about Elementary, the series, with friend of the show, Val Flight Cub Buh. The
Very
second
good.
B stands for Bestie.
Yeah.
You can listen to Digimon Ghost Gaze, which features sect leader of the show, Elvier. We love it.
Absolutely.
Fuck yes. Hey, you can also check out the Sonic Shuffle, because Roy, has a bit of a guest spot on an episode coming up.
Ooh.
We like it.
We do like it.
Another thing that you can check out on Noisepace is my other podcast, which is about creepypasta. It's called Nana Roy's Nightmare and Nara.
It's very good.
It's very good. Fallon and I are going to be doing an episode. I think we're recording it tomorrow?
Yeah, should be.
Should be. It's going to be about Danny Phantom creepypasta. I can't fucking wait. So that's the other thing that I do. My name is Roy. I'm on Twitter at _Benui_. Please go ahead and follow me. Even though right now I have the funny 311 number of followers.
Amber is the color of your energy, as it turns out.
Damn, would you look at that? What do you know? Where can we find you at, Bears?
So I am on Twitter, actually, at America's Burden. I am private right now, but if you're over the age of 18, feel free to shoot me a follow request.
Hell yeah.
Totally good.
You can find the us of the pod recesses of the podcast at cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com. You can also find us on twitter.com/cloudrecesspod. Just one recess.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one.
We're on all your podcast apps. We're on the websites. Give us some subscriptions. Give us some reviews, please. We love to get reviews and ratings.
I love a review and a rating. Let us know what you think.
Stick our asses in the algorithm.
Please do.
Please. If you're over 18 as well, you can join our Discord. You can have fun. We can have some riveting discussions. We can talk about funny shit. We can talk about jokes. It's good.
It's really good is the thing.
We like it. I don't know what else to tell you. And do you know what we say at the end of every episode, right?
I think, that we say, Semper Bunny.
We say Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny baby devil has been
You
solved.
are all my nephews now.
Good night, folks.
Woo! Yeah, boy!
Woo! Yeah, boy!
Super Bunny folks, bye!
Semper Bunny.